Happy birthday to all the big opinions. That's what we do. Welcome one, welcome all, man. It's the DozhaToldya Podcast live on the Twitch, Mitzler, all platforms. If you miss any part of the show, man, don't fret. Just go to the YouTube app. Make sure you subscribe. We got extra content. We just did an interview with a brand new artist by the name of 5 Star. Shout out to her. We just did an interview with Max Payne, Shouty. Shout out to my brother. And we got more, side interviews on the way. We celebrating the 150th episode the right way. So I just was like, fuck it, I'm going to do a whole week of content, like nonstop. This is just how we going to do. So whether y'all ready or not, here we come, and we coming in hot. So let's get to one of these clips, man. One of these clips that I felt was very, very funny of the week. So y'all rock with me.
More rhythm in one.
Y'all rock with me on this one, man. Let's see if I can get this right. Let's see if I can get this right, man.
He has more rhythm in one finger than you do in your entire body. He excels at all sports, except the best one, hockey. When asked how he'd feel if he hadn't eaten fried.
Hey, Loki, you already know what type of shit they own. They talking about excel at all except the best one, hockey. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all know that AI, y'all might not know, but AI reels and ads and clips have been going crazy on the internet. Let me get that water out of there. But AI reels and clips have been going crazy on the internet. So this was one that had me tripping out earlier in the week. So let's run this one back, man. The blackest man in the world. Let's get to it.
He has more rhythm in one finger than you do in your entire body. He excels at all sports, except the best one, hockey. When asked how he'd feel if he hadn't eaten fried chicken that morning, he says that of course he did. His baby photos are mugshots. For him, Father's Day is the most confusing day of the year. In a dark room, you don't know he's there until he smiles.
That's dirty.
He assumes paying at stores is optional. He puts low batteries in other people's smoke alarms so they'll sound normal. He's an Olympic-level sprinter, but he can't swim. If he gets a phone call, he only takes it in public, on speaker. When he calls the cops, he ducks when he hears the sirens. He brings his own seasoning when he is invited to dinner at his white friend's house.
Hey, but why they couldn't give us some black music in the background, man? They got this Mexican music in the background. No shots to the Mexicans. Don't come after me, so we'll shoot back. But why we couldn't get no black music in the background? I wonder why.
Capita is a conspiracy against him personally. He objects to every mention of black stereotypes, except the one about black genitals.
Because
he's covered in bling,
all right with that one.
But he can't afford it. When he moves into a new neighborhood, even fellow blacks move out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we got to get away from these
niggas. He is the blackest man in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do, I prefer grape soda.
Hey, man, I don't even like grape soda like that, man. I feel triggered, man. I don't even like grape soda. My boy say, I don't even drink soda, but when I do, it's got to be great.
Hello.
What y'all think about that one, man? y'all laughing with him? Or y'all mad, man? I don't know. We can be a little mad at that, but we gonna let it ride, man.
Hello.
We gonna let it ride, man, because we let a lot of things ride. I'm gonna tell you this much: we let a lot of things ride in the black community, man, for the love of the culture, for the love of the fun, for the love of the party. In the name of the party, we let a lot of things ride, man. If it mean having a good time, then you know what? Go ahead, man. Laugh at it, man. Go ahead, have a good time, man. We ain't tripping. We ain't really tripping for real, man. And as soon as we can admit it, as soon as we could just be admitted, man, we could just move on and start making some real money on shit, man. Because folks be just fake outrage, man. There's a lot of fake outrage about a lot of things, and we got to start to cut it out. I was watching the BET Awards this week, man. Actually, I didn't watch the awards. I didn't even really know that many people watch the BET Awards anymore, actually. So I guess we'll start there. Of course, this is a lot to cover, so I'm just going to keep it real and keep it quick. BET Awards, I didn't know that Negroes are still watching BET Awards. I don't have BET. A lot of folks, I didn't even know y'all can afford cable. 1 minute that we go about struggle culture and we go about shortening our next man because we don't have it here, but then we could spend money on to Comcast and still get BET. Although we just getting BET on BET Plus on the internet, we just spending straight up the BET, even though it's not necessarily a black-owned channel. But nevertheless, BET was celebrating 25 years of the BET being, I guess, in existence, or is it 25 years of the awards? Either way, the awards came on, and a lot of folks was very excited. I didn't know y'all still watched the BET Awards, but there was a lot of things that stood out in the BET Awards that I want to address, and I'm just gonna call this "Just Let It Ride." All right, so bear with me. Kevin Hart was the host of the BET Awards this year, and Kevin Hart have had controversy in his career. He's had a couple of duds as far as movies go, a couple of flops. He's had a lot of hit movies, a lot of hit comedy moments even. And we love him. We love Kevin Hart. And he did a very, very good job at the beginning of the awards. But then again, there was a lot of things Kevin Hart said that was kind of insensitive. And I think that in the name of comedy, when black people hear things that are insensitive, we decide, hey man, just let it ride. Right? In the name of insensitive content, especially if it's a comedian saying it, then hey man, don't trip. Just let it ride. So on the stage, there was a certain segment that he was talking about. Who he was talking about? Kurt Franklin. There was a certain segment that he was talking about Jamie Foxx that was real kind of cringy. Kevin Hart said something like, "We lucky to have Jamie Foxx here because he had a stroke and all that." And I don't know, like that moment was kind of like funny to me. That moment stood out as kind of like a cringy moment. I was like, where is he going with this? And why is he saying it the way he's saying it? But in the name of comedy, we let it ride, right? You can't trip too much, man. Man, just being funny, man. Just let it ride. Then there was other moments. There was moments from Drewski and Casanat. Having them a part of the awards was genius. It allowed a bridging of a generational gap. You got the streaming era with the TV era, and everybody coming together and watching the awards one way or another. Either you watching it on the stream or you watching it on TV. And I thought that was great. I also laughed when I seen cringy moments of, the cringy moments that Drewski be having and the cringy moments that Casanat be having. In particular, when they ran into Kendrick. And we got to talk about when Casanat ran into Wale. But we get into that in a second. I'm just trying to get a photo. So, like, cringy moments like this, man, made me chuckle. But it just shows. I'm just trying to get a photo. Yo, how you doing, bro? Good? Yeah, my boy, kept it pushing. Yeah, know what I'm saying? Put a groupie ass up my face. Yo, how you doing, bro? Good? In true Gemini fashion, Kendrick was very, very nice, nasty. The way he should have been. I actually commend the way Kendrick handled dealing with these Drake fans because you never know what they was gonna be on. Like they might have came with the bullshit, playing jokes and playing. They already been playing both sides, so you really don't know how to take guys like that. You don't know what they on. And so it worked out that they just kind of kept it pushing and didn't really try to make no real scenes and no real moments. Because if they would have, and then Kendrick would have took it the wrong way, would we have just let it ride? Would it just been something else that we should just let it ride? Right. So there was other moments. I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. I'm going somewhere with this. But first, I want to play another one of those moments that Kendrick Lamar probably was forced to just let it ride. Here's another one of those moments where it gets kind of cringy because it's like, bro, y'all I don't fuck with you.
How you doing? You good?
Do y'all know each other?
Yeah, I just met him backstage. Yeah.
Hi.
What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah. See
Congratulations.
the awkward embrace.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
And I'm saying Drewski just sitting there looking like a, Drewski, Drewski the groupie.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Even though he made $14 million, respectfully, I don't want no issues with Drewski. Whatever, you make fun of me and all that good shit, then y'all laugh, and then I just won't be making no money. But maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe I learn to just let it ride, like Drewski had to.
How you doing? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
So,
Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Every day I can have it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you, sister. That's all that is. By the way, thank you again for doing that last time. I appreciate you. Thank you.
and Kendrick just was like, yeah, let me go ahead and get up out this camera. Get up out this camera action. And let me let it ride. But then there was other moments, right? So there was other moments where I seen at the B.E.T. Awards that I was wondering, are we just gonna continue to let it ride? Like when Snoop Dogg performed and my boy, y'all know what song it was, One minute we got, hey, let's protect the black women. And, the Me Too movement in full effect. And then the next moment, somebody like a celebrity will come with in the 80s, we didn't know no better. So we was shit was kind of like weird in the 80s, man. It was kind of perverted. It was kind of freaky. It was a whole lot of inappropriate going on in the 80s. So, and then even in the 90s even. So we even had shows and movies and moments that we probably could get back and dispose of. But here is Snoop Dogg in another one of those cringy, let's let it ride up. And rest in peace, Nate Dogg. They did the classic, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. The classic, yeah. We all know the song. We all enjoy it so much. But this is a classic, the party, because you see everybody having a good old time, everybody dancing. In the name of the party, in the name of fun, in the name of the culture, we gonna just let it ride. All the protect black women and all the stuff that we got to deal with the red pill and the relationships that we have. We got black men killing black women live on Instagram and Facebook, and it's just so much. We got the Diddy trial where people demonizing and vilifying Diddy for having a swinging type relationship where he, is allegedly is sex trafficking his old girl and his lady. But again, Snoop Dogg saying, if it ain't no fun, if the homie can't have none, then what? We let it ride. And so the Let It Ride campaign is starting to get a little bit annoying. It's starting to be taken too far, if you ask me. It's starting to be a little picky and choosy. We as black people are very, very picky and choosy on what we gonna decide to let ride and what we gonna decide to be outraged about. Now, we should be outraged with the N-word, but I think that it might be time to stop gatekeeping on the use of the N-word. I mean, how can we keep up? We got fat people like Fat Joe, Puerto Ricans that are allowed to use it. We got Hispanic people who come who are close to the culture that might be using it, like Mexicans and Colombians and different people of Spanish descent, maybe even Asian descent and Colombian descent might be using it. I mean, Asian descent and Indian descent. And so we decided to gatekeep this word, and what we should be gatekeeping is the culture. And what we should not be outraged about is when people use the word, is not when we get outraged. We should just then decide where to spend our money and where to let those enemies reside, where to draw the line and let them be on the other side of the line and let our allies be on one side. Eminem has always been an ally to the culture, and he's never had to use the word, the N-word to get his point across. But that's applaud that. But even if he did, and he's doing it respectfully, and he's giving a contribution to the culture, then I'm all with it. I'm all with licensing the culture and the N-word, because it's better that we license the N-word than not get no money from it at all and not get no financial benefit. That seems to be the real gripe, right? That seems to be the real battle that we should not be letting ride, right? Because we'll gatekeep and we'll get mad and hold people to the fire for stuff like the N-word, but we don't give a fuck about reparations for real. They don't need to pay us back. We don't give a fuck about no real justice for Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, Walter Scott. Then the names go on and on, all the way from Emmett Till to the very last person that had a strong outrage moment with George Floyd. Do we really give a fuck? So instead of just actually, letting certain things ride and then holding certain things to the fire, maybe we should let it all ride or let none of it ride. I'm going to play this clip that also kind of circulated around the internet. And I think that Mexican OT makes a great point. And it's about Mexican OT, how he feels, whether he could say the N-word or not.
Do you feel like you could say the N-word?
I feel like I can say it, but not because of that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my favorite part of what he does. Know what I'm saying? My favorite part of who I'm actually gonna start listening to his music a lot more, because Mexican OT was like, man, where the dudes at? I shouldn't even be addressing no women when it comes down to what I'm allowed to do as on some man shit, because no woman is gonna stop him, right? So he looking around like, where the men at, so we can have this conversation. Let's have it. And I fucks with this. I fucks with this energy. This is real man energy right here. Listen to what he say.
I wish there was some black dudes in here.
There are. Will right there.
And there's one right here.
Not.
Okay, well, we're gonna use him. What the fuck are you gonna do about it, you know? And
Straight up.
And second of all, I grew up loving these motherfuckers. I grew up fighting with them. I grew up eating with them. I grew up fucking doing bad shit with them. I grew up loving with them. You know, I got family. And it's not even about family. Even
It don't even matter if I did have family or if I fucked a black chick or not. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about none of that. What it's really about is, like he said, I wish it was a black man in there, and he kind of called the black man out.
I grew up loving these motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying?
And second of all, you know, what the fuck are you gonna do about it, you know?
What the fuck are you gonna do about it? That was the energy that made me be like, I fucks with you, Mexican OT, because for one, you are not apologetic. You can tell that you was raised in the culture. You was tell that you was raised in the fire of what it's like to be a minority, you know, a poor minority at that. As they say, the Black and Brown Coalition here in America. It's not a real thing. It's just something that the media like to use when it's advantageous. But Mexican OT, as they say, I want to come to your cookout. I want to come cook it with some real motherfuckers like this. Because when he said, what the fuck are you going to do about it? That's the type of energy.
What the fuck are you going to do about it, you know?
That's the type of energy that I was like,
Hello.
yes. What the fuck are y'all gonna do about it if he did decide, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck y'all. And if some people do decide to use the N-word, man, are we just gonna let it ride? Are we gonna, you know, have a fake outrage and act like we gonna, because we ain't boycotting shit. Some folks are still mad at people boycotting, you know what I'm saying? Target said it wasn't the thing to do. It wasn't a strategic way of fighting back. But Target showed lost billions. So what should we do? If there was somebody using the N-word, instead of saying, hey, man, you can't use the N-word, I say, let them use it. And then decide how we going to deal with it. What the fuck are we going to do about it? And we don't always have to defend ourselves with violence. Let's defend ourselves with financial, monetary. Let's weaponize our monetary and financial support. Let's decide, Mexican OT, if we didn't want him to use the N-word and he used it anyway, hey, man, we not going to listen to your music. In fact, we going to shut down your shows. We going to make it hot for you when you come into our neighborhoods or you come into our venues and you come into our culture. We're not going to let it ride. So we either let the word ride, we either let the whole culture ride. We either let the folks talking shit about black women and the whole demonization of our black women ride, or we stand up for all that shit. Because the bottom line is,
what the fuck are you gonna do about it, you know?
What the fuck are you gonna do about it? Make a decision. You either gonna stand for something or let it ride. Because y'all show there's a lot of black folks that don't want to stand with the Mexican struggle when it comes to immigration. How some folks just could make a decision to say, hey, you don't belong here. And for black folks to be like, oh, why I had a conversation with one of my homeboys, was like, why they gotta fly the Mexican flag? I said, man, I'm from Florida. You think I give a fuck about some
and then second of all,
some Mexicans flying a flag during a protest? That's what they should do. Have some culture, have some pride in your culture. Now, you ain't letting that shit ride to see your people, you know what I'm saying, shipped out and see your people attacked. Because at first they did say that they were going after criminals. And then they practically set up the Latinos to vote for Trump and put him in position, and then for him to come after their families, come after women who had kids, and who are just trying to make a living in the country, who are just trying to contribute to the culture of being an American, paying their taxes. People try to act like immigrants don't contribute through taxes. Bullshit. They purchase things just like everybody else. They may purchase things in their culture and keep the money flowing within their community longer than, say, black people, but they definitely are contributing to the taxes by purchasing items. Some people are actually having jobs and they getting their taxes deducted. And the immigration is not just attacking Mexicans. There are black people who may not be black Americans, but they are black Africans that are also being, as they say, hit with immigration. What's your boy name? Cobby? I don't really know. I can't really remember his name. Let's start with it. But anyway, Buddy was picked up by ICE. Yeah, Buddy got the fuck on. Cobby Lane. Yeah. So again, they're not just targeting a certain people, and we could just decide, oh, we gonna let that ride, and we'll be all right. Nah, man, we got to make a decision. What we gonna stand up for? What we gonna gatekeep? What we gonna fight for? And what we just gonna let ride? And I don't think that the N-word is that powerful of a statement to be defended in 2025. Get you some fucking money. Take care of your fucking family. And again, word to Mexican OT, what the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Gonna use him. What the fuck are you gonna do about it, you know?
So that's my Let It Ride segment, man. After watching the B.E.T. Awards and after watching people protesting and being anti-protest, I just was like, bruh, cut that monkey shit out. You embarrassing us.
You're listening to DozhaToldya Radio.
All right, so where are we, man? I know I got kind of wrapped up in with that one, man. Kind of long-winded. Let's talk about some music topics. So Lil Wayne dropped the Carter album, and it was underwhelming. I admit, though, I did a review of the Carter album. You can go check out the review on the YouTube channel. We listened to the whole album, too. We didn't discriminate on particular singles or songs that we thought was cool. No. We listened to the whole album, did an album review. Y'all go check that out on YouTube.
DozhaToldya.com.
But so yeah, the Carter 6. It was some highs, some lows, but overall they getting it right, man. I think they went back to the drawing board. They decided to add some records. They added Nicki on the new Band for Menno. I didn't really like the Band for Menno song though before they added Nicki. Currency, put BG, all the New Orleans artists. Man, and this was my take on the Band for Menno song. Even though they added Nicki, I thought that looked like Manny G recorded all these songs actually. I don't even know who Manny G is either. I know my homeboy Manny G, but I don't know what Manny G today was actually that did most of this album. But I blame whoever he is, whoever Manny G is. I actually blame you for the album being mid, straight up. But this was my take on the band from NO. Plenty gunshots. So yeah, I like this one. Man. Many gunshots. My only critique on this one here is it feels rather mixtape-ish. This sounds like Dedication. This is Dedication Wayne, definitely. I get it, the Band from TV sample, and this one's called Band from NO. I would much like to see a remix with this and have a lot of people from New Orleans on this record. Like, he could have Rock 49 on this thing, maybe even Currency. Put BG, all the New Orleans artists, and have a posse cut for this one. But again, this one kind of feels like a mixtape a little bit. All right. So that was my take, right? I felt like the Band from NO, although they added Nicki to it, and Nicki addressed a couple of beefs. Nicki been having some beefs with NFL, with Jay-Z. She even mentioned Shannon Sharp. And I ain't gonna lie, Nicki, you've been kind of dulling out too. You got to sharpen your sword. You got to shake shit up. I think you got to do some records and you got to do some mixtape type shit, and you got to allow some of these new girls to get their shit off, because it's just getting kind of boring. As far as they rapping their ass off, but they just not having the impact that they need to have as legends that they are. And I'm talking about Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj. Matter of fact, the whole Young Money has actually been taking hella losses, you know what I'm saying, since Kendrick came through and crushed the buildings. And we just want to say thoughts and prayers, because we actually still do fuck with Lil Wayne. When they dropped the addition to the Carter 6 by dropping, what was that? A new song with Lil Baby and Future. That was it. The new song with Lil Baby and Future, that was the one, right? But some of these other ones, they just not it. All right. Yeah. So, again, I blame Manny G, because Manny G is he Lil Wayne, new producer, manager, and engineer all in one. And the production was just lackluster. Some of the high moments of the album, though, included Lil Wayne's son. Lil Wayne's son on Rari. I think he had both his sons on the album, but his son did the song Rari is a good one. And I don't know what the other one is, but he also Lil Novi was in the news for having a controversial take that I also want to talk about real quick. Now that since we're talking about Young Money, so let's get into this. Let's get into this clip.
Who's better, Lil Wayne or Drake?
Lil Wayne. My dad wrote most of the shit. So I mean, on God, like if it wasn't for my pops, then it wouldn't be no Drake. Like for real. I mean, it probably would be a Drake, but he wouldn't be where he at now.
You're listening.
No, that's completely. Who's better, Lil Wayne or Drake?
Now, for some, this may be a very controversial take. Some folks are making Lil Dude out to be a hater. But if Lil Wayne is my daddy, and the maker of stunting like my daddy should be able to stunt like his daddy. And if the kids say Lil Wayne wrote Drake rhymes, then Lil Wayne wrote Drake rhymes. You dig? Nah, man, bad jokes, but I do feel like he is allowed to have his own perspective. And there's nothing wrong with this perspective, even though we know that Drake actually was brought on to write for Lil Wayne, and he's Lil Wayne's artist, so a lot of his songs may be plucked to go towards Wayne. I'm not above the idea of Wayne helping Drake out with some songs. I'm not above that. But it doesn't even matter if it's true or not. It just matters that it's the perspective of the youth. And that this young guy right here who is Lil Wayne's clone, he looked like Lil Wayne the third. He looked like Lil Wayne for Halloween. If Lil Novi has this perspective that Drake can't possibly be bigger than my daddy, I mean, shit, if it wasn't for my daddy, it would be no Drake. Then, God damn it, that's just what it's gonna be. That's just what it is. So y'all get mad if y'all want to at Lil Buddy, but he ain't said no lies, man. He ain't said no lies, and in fact, that's just his perspective. And Young Money, go stream his record with Lil Wayne. It's called Rari. Available on all platforms. Y'all go check that out. All right. So yeah, man, we got new music coming from Cardi B and Offset, man. Offset done set us up as men everywhere, especially baby daddies, man. The women coming back outside, and they coming outside with a vengeance. So y'all be careful with y'all ladies, man, this summer, cause they back outside and they here to get some bodies. And Offset say, hey, since Cardi wanna step out and be all outside, then Offset said, hey, I'ma drop bodies and I'ma go get me somebody else. Offset has been out spotted with Stephon Diggs' ex, and baby is looking good. When I say baby is looking good, when I say baby got her own money, I mean baby got her own money. And maybe it went all to her booty. But baby is looking good, man. I don't know who this is, but it say I can't even go to what she posted. I can't even go to the Beyonce concert. They gonna think I'm fucking her too. She say that she just went to Offset's concert, Sky Marlene. But word on the block is that she been spinning the block with old Offset. And gosh darn it, I don't blame all Offset. If you pulled that off Offset, then that, that's a good move, my boy. If you pulled that one off, then it still might be a little more sting to what Cardi B and Stephon doing out here. But fight back, my boy. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? My boy out here fighting back. And somebody got to do it, because Cardi B go have us looking crazy out. She outside with an old filthy nasty football playing ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Gonna make a lot of niggas mad. And we got to blame, we got to blame Offset for this, man, because the women are coming back outside, and they coming outside with a vengeance, man. Look at this lady. Look at this lady, man. Fresh off a goddamn breakup. Now she on yachts. Kissing another Snoop Doggy Dogg. Call him Steph Doggy Dogg. Yeah, man. The boy Offset that let this woman, out for revenge. Or his ex-woman out for revenge, and damn it, she say she outside, man. So again, man, black man, some things, I think this whole topic of this whole actual episode is going to be based off of what's some of you men are just gonna have to let ride? Like, we're gonna have to let a lot of this shit ride. Straight up. Let that shit ride, bro. Cause a lot of y'all are very, very tender.
Outside niggas up.
A lot of y'all are very, very tender. And now, you know what I'm saying, if you tender, you ain't gonna be able to deal with the bullshit that these women are coming with this year. I'm telling you, brother. Brother. They coming back outside, brother. Shout out to Cardi B. They bite. Yeah, but that is definitely a banger. I don't know how Cardi label situation is right now, but they get it right because everybody want to take advantage of the paper that comes with having a hit artist and the hit records and hit songs and stuff like that. Okay, let's see. What else can we go from here? Let's see. Rest in peace, Ananda Lewis. Oh man, this one hurt like a mug, boy. I ain't gonna front, boy. We lost Ananda Lewis this week, man. And this woman is like everybody's first crush. As a broadcaster, she holds a special place in my heart because, yeah, she was like everybody's first crush. She was just so beautiful. It's just so much we could say about Ananda Lewis, man. I damn near cried, shedded some tears when I found out that she died at the age of 52, 53. To breast cancer. We are saddened to learn of the passing of our beloved MTV VJ, Ananda Lewis. Through her on-air hosting and interviews, Ananda helped raise a generation of music fans. Our thoughts are with her family and loved ones. Ananda Lewis, the beautiful media MTV VJ has passed away, and it was just sad news for me, man. It was sad news. Cause that was a beautiful girl, and not because she was just beautiful. She was brilliant. She was really, really impactful, and media and TV. And again, breast cancer fucking sucks, man. Ananda Lewis, man, passed away at the age of 52, man. May she rest in peace, and thoughts and prayers to all of her family. Let's take a moment of silence for Ananda Lewis.
You're listening to DozhaToldya Radio.
Yes. Rest in peace. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman, man. It reminded me of like when Aaliyah passed away, and then I end up pulling up some clips of Aaliyah and her of Ananda Lewis and Aaliyah's video, and that shit just brought back some more just childhood memories, but just also pain. And the good news is those beautiful angels are reunited again. But let's look at this clip real quick and celebrate just the beautiful queens that they are, man.
How you doing? Stop. Now, take Motown grooves, hip-hop moves, and millions of fans worldwide.
Yes, man. Rest in peace to the beautiful queen.
And you've got the pop of the time.
Top of the times.
Yeah.
Their album sales got so much platinum, they are bling-blinging all across the airwaves. But tonight, they're giving it up on stage. And when you talk about boy bands, you can't include these guys because they are real men.
They're masculine.
Masculinity. You gotta
Ladies
get the
and
masculine.
gentlemen, these masculine boys, in sync.
Give it up!
Man, two of my favorite women just growing up, man. Felt like I lost a girlfriend when both of them passed away, man. And again, I'm sure most men can relate. Rest in peace to Ananda Lewis, man. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. Okay, moving right along, man. What else was in the news? We didn't really talk about a lot of the moments surrounding the B.E.T. Awards. Let's talk about Wale. Casanat and Wale. The saga, right? So Wale, as we know it, is one of those rappers that's been, relatively sensitive and been in a lot of moments that have made him look like he's not the most social artist. And he gets put in particular moments that, just makes him look a certain way. Makes him not look as famous or not as successful as he really is. And some of it is him putting himself in awkward situations. And some of it is, so some of it is self-inflicted. Some of it, he just have to be blamed. He just got to take the blame for. And we wanted to address it right here on the show. Again, I like Wale's music. Is Wale necessarily a commercial success when it comes to everyday rappers? What do we think? What's your favorite Wale song? First off, make a comment on your favorite Wale song, favorite Wale moment, Wale hit, Wale album. And I'm sure he's actually back out. Actually, we played one of his songs on the DozhaToldya Podcast playlist this week. We played the 4 Bats When I Get Home featuring Wale. And I think that Wale is also working on some new music himself. So there's an album, matter of fact, Where to Start, that's coming out. Or it's a track that just dropped today, actually. Brand new Wale that just dropped. Matter of fact, I want to play this. He might get mad at us and kick us off Instagram, but fuck it. Should we send Facebook to downtown? All right, Facebook, we gonna see y'all downtown while we vibe to this Wale. You did. Okay. I'm fucking with it. Okay, you know, more Wale type of vibes. Wale makes music that you could play with a house party full of women, and you probably won't lose a step. Let's bring Facebook back, man. Wale got a new nice little track. Nice little track. See, there I am with the passive aggressive hate. There I go again. That's what Wale be talking about with the passive aggressive hate. Talking about he got a nice little song. Nah, bruh. That shit ain't no little song, bro. The fuck you thought? The fuck you thought, my boy? You know what I'm saying? Talk about this a little song. Yeah. So, how do we feel? Is Wale one of the top artists of our generation? Hold on, man. I'm messing up. I'm showing y'all too much of what's going on. Let's get Instagram back in here so we can see how they feel. Oh, we done kicked off everybody. Hold on. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dame Doja. If you're looking to get your interview done or be a guest host on our podcast, hit us up at DozhaToldya.COM. Bump what you heard. Remember who told you? It's Dozha Told You.